There we go. Hello my fellow artisans. Hello iedereen. Welcome to another stream, another live stream. I promise this one to go on Saturday. Try to stream more on Saturday, although my schedule is a bit, um, depending on my other people that are in my life. And we are going to start in like 9 minutes. But I hope you are all prepared to work on this little bunny miner. I always think the word miner is a bit weird, but you can't do anything about that. Wait a second. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Why is my stream example... Huh. It says that it's offline, but that's weird. Because as far as I know, we are live. So that's interesting. Let me adjust the view a bit. Huh. What is it doing? That is weird. Why is my Twitch telling me that I'm offline? While I'm clearly online. There we go. I was kind of worried about that. That's why I'm starting a couple minutes early. There, that's way better. Now let's enhance this. There. Let me get this drawing gum shaken so I can use it immediately. I don't think I need a lot of white in this particular painting because it's below ground, but at least on the left side it's going to be lighter than on the right side. Why are things going the way they are? Okay, that's not... Let me see if this is going better. Maybe the stream bitrate will be better. Now I have changed it as far as I know. Okay, so I hope that will. I hope that will help. Apparently there was a bitrate issue, even though I could not really see it, but we'll see. If you have trouble watching the stream, please tell me, because from my point of view, it actually works perfectly, but it gives me a warning. So just wait for everyone to get in within like 5 minutes. There we go. We have excellent connection. That will be nice. Listening to Dutch music because I like Dutch music, with occasional German music as well, because for as long as I can remember, and even my grandparents who lived through the Second World War, they loved listening to German music, and I know German people like Dutch artists as well, although Dutch artists will sing in German, which is, you know, it's both nice to hear that we have like two different languages and still have this much in common. It's also a bit weird that Dutch people have to sing in German to be able to, attract German fans, but the other way around, that's not the case. It's a bit weird. Okay. Yep. Let me just get the tiniest bit because I don't need much, especially today. So, and even though it is getting colder, it's still warm right here in the Netherlands. And warm is about 18 degrees Celsius for me. Still think that's warm. I actually wore a body warmer today. I do like body warmers. I should have bought one earlier, but I do like body warmers because it's in the middle between a jacket and between like nothing, and it really keeps me warm. It actually was too warm for today. How is my brush? My brush wants some water. There we go. My 0.4 brush. That's not 0.4. It's a 4 brush. This is 6 brush. I don't think I need the 0 brush, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to start, everyone. Hello, everyone. Maybe you don't know me. My name is Barbara de Visser, or Miss Mama Work. Let me just get that one. And I am an artist both digitally, and I'm trying to improve myself in watercolors. And I like to go between very cute and a bit more scary. So I have one coming up, which is the bit more Halloween kind of vibe. But we're going for the nice, more children illustrative version today. So I already have strapped this drawing to my board here to keep it from warping all over the place. And now I'm going to preserve my whites by using drawing gum and going over all the bits that need to be like completely light. I also use it to just color block, so if there's anything that has like a vibrant color that I think needs to be preserved for another time, I color block it. I think I will keep this open because I'm going to have like a light color in there, but it doesn't need to be white. I'm going to have some random bits here on top to be white out because that is where the light is hitting it. And it is going to be a very bright highlight because it's going to be a golden carrot. Okay, there's one little highlight here on the there, and I'm going to do like slight highlights on there. Yeah. So that is nice. So, and that was basically the start. We let this dry. And I take a little sip of my water. And then soon we're going to start with the watercolor. I just realized, I don't know when this happened, but there are some spots on my paper. Don't know when I did this. I think when I was trying to clean my palette, but I do not remember. So I'm a bit bummed out by that, but it might have a slight advantage in how it textures the bunny and such. And when it comes to the rocks, it's not that important. I'm going to start with, I think, a light blue, a yellow, and a yellow ochre. And we're going to use the big brush. We're not doing any wet and wet in this part because this is going to be just the sky. I think I just need to let my brush just a little bit more. That was my blue. At least the blue that I'm using for that piece. The rest will be very dark. So we have this bright yellow. I'm going to paint it yellow because we are making it gold, and I just realized that I actually did not clean it very well. I picked up some blue. That's actually very nice. So we just have a little bit of green in that carrot. Going over it with a damp brush just to see if I have filled everything in there. the yellow ochre. I'm going to dilute that a bit because we're going to work on large part with yellow ochre. For example, one of the things that I really want this is the bunny, but it's not going to be completely this color. I'm preparing for the layers. I'm also thinking to have just some slightly white bits. And then going to add a little bit of burnt sienna to make it a little bit more brown. And this is going to be the start of at least the ground. So we're going to echt nog van mijn rocking belly. Getting a little bit more water here. There. So, going to dilute some burnt umber because that's a darker color. some color blocking in here because there is a front and there is a back. I think this will be the front. This is a very crude way of doing wet and wet. And I don't really mind cauliflowering in this particular bit. We're going to do some very slight coloring here as well. The rest will be a lot darker. There. And more burnt umber. I also get a little bit of marine blue in there to darken it up, to give it just a little bit of cooler side. Ultramarine blue put in there. There we go. Ultramarine blue. Going to, as you can see, that's a slightly different color. There we go. It's very brown, isn't it? Get some blue in there. There are some holes there. Get that one. Now everything is brown, and I first thought I would want the hands to be brown as well, but I don't like that because that will be too much brown. It won't be helping the character. So I'm going to do another color. I think it will be a slight violet. We start with that. We're going to light up some purple blue. And there's this little patch that can be a different color entirely. There we go. Then we have a little China crown and rose. We're going to mash some rose in there. This male bunny is not afraid to choose some pink. So, and if we look at the color wheel, let me just, how do I, can I change this one? No, I can't change this one. If we are going to red, violet, red, put violet as the key color, like the opposite it will be yellow. That's a bit boring because there's already a lot of yellow and browns in here. So we're going to look at the tertiary colors that are here and here. So we can choose an orange or we can choose a green. Well, we don't have a lot of green, so I think green will be a nice color to complement the purple. And we are going for phthalo green. Gonna add a bit of phthalo green there. Oh. Maybe I use a more phthalo green, and the last will be phthalo green. I mean, it is a lovely fantasy creature. So we're going to add some more little pieces of green. Little pickaxe. I also think I need more ultramarine blue because I do want this part to be really dark. And I'm going to put a little bit here as well. That's better. I'm going to wet up some paint gray. I have a very dark black. Now I have my medium colors, but I do not want to use that just yet. Just want more paint gray and get some dusk violets to add a bit more of the purple back, because we only have one thing of purple, and I think it would be nice if the picket has a little bit of purple in there as well. There. Okay. Going to add a little bit more of the yellow ochre in here, because now, as far as I know, it is dried a bit. There we go. We're going to add a bit of permanent yellow. I think it's a medium. And we're going to get some streaks of yellow in here. I'm going to drag it out with some clean water. There. Getting a bit more color in the golden carrot. Getting a bit more of the blue back, because I think it will have to seep a bit into here. Picnic flamingo gedans. We're going to add some burnt umber. To some of the stones, because they are not very visible and I want them to be a bit more visible. and to have a little bit more texture as well. Same time, I'm going to get a bit more texture in here as well. A bit of the coloring this part because we want to draw the eye towards the bunny and the carrot. Let's be sure of that. So we're going to add some random shapes here just to have some more depth and to be sure that the eye knows that you can't go any further than to the right. It's not interesting to go further to the right. Going to use my bigger brush here just to pull it out just a little bit more. There we go. Need some more of the purple in there so it gets a bit more less yellow, more colorful. But what I think it also needs is red. Or more like the orange kind. So we can put some orange in there. And you have to be careful though. Orange is a very, very bright color. So we're going to do this, especially here. And we're going to draw this out to make sure that this is a very red orange, and I wasn't expecting that. Trying to get this shade more of a right contour here, so you know where it is. I'm probably going to go over this with blue to get the right coolness here. To do especially the inside here, so it looks like there is some red going on. Going to lift something here because it's too bright. adding some dusk violet, especially to the inside here. So I don't mind the HB red orange, because that makes it a bit more interesting. There we go. I'm going to use another. I'm going to use my 4. And we're going a bit darker on the carrot. Because strangely enough, a lot of gold doesn't contain that much yellow if you look at it. It actually contains a lot more darker colors. It's not bright yellow. Ik wil net als in de film. Let me see. I want to add a bit more paint gray to the eye, because the eye is a bit weird. There we go. Net als in de film. I'm going to dilute it just slightly. Going to add some here. I'm going to draw it out. Net als in de film. Net als in de film. Net als in de film. Ik wil het. Wow, my cat is suddenly very needy, but I don't want to adhere to him. Let me see what I want in terms of the bunny, because I need just, I think I'm going to use the orange here to do the inside of, because it's the reddish. There. Do the same thing with like this part of the nose. that one done. Getting back to the big brush, because this is still not that that dark. We have to be careful though. This is a very dark color, so it means I have to draw it out. Going to add some more to it. So we're putting that one there. Get some dark right here. I also need to be sure that this is getting darker, but I don't want it to be too dark, otherwise the pickaxe will disappear. That will be bad. I don't want that to happen. I have some brown left in here, so I'm going to just a little bit more brown here. Draw some shape. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just give that bit of texture there. Mixing and matching. Mix it into the ground as well, because this ground is not that textured yet. I think I will add a little bit more green to that, because it is very orangey. I think I want to dull that a bit. Just keep that here. So add some here. Just draw over things if you want to. Watercolor is very nice in that regard. I do like how this greenish color is blending in. A little bit of cauliflowering here underneath his feet. That's okay. Got some green. Get some burnt umber. Be careful not to go too far and do things you cannot repair. Some more water here to dilute it all. Try to get that eye to draw to the carrot. So I want to have this left corner to be darker than the rest. Burnt on there. Try to keep everything quite moist there. You don't have to add too many details to the rocks in the back though, because those are lit up by the light, and you want the light to basically keep everything less detailed. And the lighter things are, and the darker things are, basically both. If it's very dark, you don't have many details, and if it's very light, you don't have many details. Even though, if you want, you can add a lot of details if the light is hitting the parts. But the light is not hitting that much, and it's basically obscuring the rocks. If there's any detail, it needs to be in the carrot here. However, what I do not like is the color of the bunny. I want another color, so I'm going to add some burnt sienna, making it a bit more reddish brown. But oh, rather not work with the big brush then, because we made the ground more greenish, more dark. Get this one a bit diluted. We can go a bit more reddish with the fur color. Especially if it's not my brush was not that moist, so we're going to add a bit more color there. And especially in the areas where we think has the shade, the shadows, we can use the color that we have as a, like, the light part. We're not shading like completely, we're not doing a complete shade, but just that little bit of color change. We want I need a bit more of the burnt sienna. And if you want, the way that I'm using color right now is I am just scratching the color in. So even though the color will be more thin, there is this way that you just, especially when it's drier, you will have that fur effect. It's scratching, especially when the paint is a lot drier, will actually really have that effect. There we go. Completely forgot the idea of light there. Sorry. So this part needs to be darker because there's a lot of shade here. And you can decide yourself how much you want to darken everything and what you want to do. If you want to go real fancy, you can also cross hatch on the pants. Because that pants is not that structured yet. I need to have diluted paint gray here. Because I wanted to get that the white belly just a little darker. Also add a bit of gray here. Add it to there. I have a little bit of Payne's Gray, so it's not white. White does not really exist in life, so that's just that. We do some dusk. Some dusk violet, trying just to very slightly do this. So getting a bit more there. Adding a bit color variation in the patch as well. Doing that Payne's Gray. Oh, there is a loose hair. There we go. Getting dark areas here. Violet. Getting some ultramarine blue, just to add that color variation to the back. purple in the pickaxe because I think it needs a little more color, but it should be still dark. There. Then we do. I'm going to get my zero brush out because I think the carrot deserves a bit more. There we go. So this is my zero brush. And we're going to use this. There we go. I'm going to wait for a bit because I want everything to dry. And then I'm gonna rub off those pieces that I had covered with the drawing gum. I'm going to get a bit more in there. There we go. Well, can't wait really. So I'm going to add more of the very nice purple. I'm going to darken this again. Just going to draw it out here. Get some darker color in there as well. Hola, hola, yeah. And then you're done. Oh, the bloom of one of our stone. från dagen. Och då synger för hela, hålla i jorden. Och ett förlorat hem. The bloom of the storm. That works a lot better. Getting just slightly. Because this is actually a tree root. This is a tree. I almost forgot about it. That works. That works wonders. That actually works. Now, let me get the other color as well. A bit darker color just to emphasize that this is a tree. Let's try to avoid any tensions here, by the way. So I'm going to enlarge that tree root there. There we go. And what I'm trying as well is to create a darker background. So this way, there we go. In this way, the bunny is even more there. And we're going to fix a little bit of the confusion with the lovely line art that we're going to build on top of this. I always do line art last because you often have problems that you lose like grip on your pen on your brush and something happens, and then it helps to go over it with your lovely line art. Of course, this is not needed, but I do love it. Okay, this part, it was untouched, so that should be dry. And that part should be maybe. There is some. I have to be very careful here. There, and there is one more. There we go. More character if there is some highlight in there. I do have this very small brush. I'm going to continue working on this, and I want some of the dusk purple, dusk violet, to have that little bit of and now some pink gray. Just to be very careful. We're going to line this later on, but I also want to have a bit more in here. To create more effects. That works. Get that a little bit bigger. Okay, now I can't use black on my carrot because that would be awful. That would be kind of clashing with the whole thing. I do want to have some red. I have some Madder Lake red here, and mix that with black. It's way too heavy what I now have. So just mix some red with black. Just have that little bit of color in here. I think I'm going to relive a bit of the orange and put that in here. Just because it reflects something, I think, from the left side. Just going over it with some yellow just to add a bit more of the yellow back. There. Does it look like a golden carrot? I do like it. Just add a little bit more color in here. So just what I just realized is that I can add some white. I have white. It basically is an opaque color, which is unlike all other watercolor. All watercolor, good watercolor should be more transparent, but white watercolor is always opaque. trying to do very fast strokes and not be too harsh on that because it is very high. Trying to convince that hole in the ground is quite far away, but is actually also on both sides. Otherwise, those highlights on the back of the carrot are quite stupid. You know it alone. Just add some sparkle here because it's a very stark shadow, which should not be. I just realized, which is, I planned this out, but I apparently did not realize that if I put some highlights here, that it means that the shadow should not be as vast as I made it. But, you know, things happen. So, so. Oh, well, I am almost uh, falling off my chair, which is not good. Just to be a bit more like, where does this end? It does end there. I think that works. just do some white here as well. I hardly ever make clouds. Well, maybe it's nice to have some white in there. Okay. I can do some yellow ochre to some raw ochre, just to show that there is a little bit of light going here this way. We can have slight highlight here. Learn of life. Learn of life. So I think that works. I just need some slight adjustments so you can see that there's a bit more shade. So some stronger shade that works. Okay, got that one. And what I can do, because I have gold, be careful not to ruin anything. There we go. There, got two types of gold even. Use this one. Get some light gold. The reason that I don't paint the golden carrot just like the color gold is because the color does not convey the shape of the carrot. So that's a bit of a shame, but so I can use it to have like some very nice sparkles, but I can be like, oh yeah, color it with gold and then it's all done. I have another type of gold, which is a deeper gold. Yeah, so I'm going to do that just below. There. Just realized that I want some more color in that last thing there. And what I can do as well is have some silver for the belt. Just get it there. So, isn't that nice? Do I want more? What's from this? Is there anything that I want to change? I look at what I can see in the picture by the camera. I think I'm going to do even a bit more white. The white is not staying that well, so we're going to add another type of white. So the thing that I have to choose now is whether or not I want this part to be darker or not. I think I do, and I'm going to do that with ultramarine blue. So I'm going to pull it up there. Need a bit more water. It is granulating a bit because the dusk violet that I'm using is a granulating medium. think that works a lot better than the other version that I had. Getting a bit more dark blue in here. Oh, burp. Let me see. Let's just add some. So I'm just trying to get some last things fixed. Going to add some more dark here. Not only does that bring out the bright colors, but it makes it like closed. So we're going to I'm going to add some dark colors here, because what I want to do is add some more implications that there is a rock here, and that fixes slightly the problem that I have with this shadow, because that shadow is going to disappear under layers and layers of other things. Sometimes you just need to fix some things. So that was a bit. Add more water. There we go. Got some more dark. So now suddenly there's a rock in front of it. And I can do it with the rest of the mistake, but I don't want it to pull too much from the carrot. Right now, how I did it is that this is just in front, and there is a bright colored yellow object there, so that works. Let me see. Do get do want to use just a slight more blue there. Get some more green in there. Trying to draw this out. It's so weird to hear commercial about using the bike more. It's so weird. Yeah, that works. bit more green to it. Mag jij wat ik juist zei? Ik zet je uit als ik zeg ga. Ga dan snel, zeg bij afscheid niet ik bel. Sluit de deur, sluit je hand en geef mij de sleutel. Ook voor mij, dat geliefde draaierij. Zeg niet dat ik ongeduldig ben. De vraag is nog in plaats van en. Dan keek je af. Ga dan snel, zeg bij afscheid niet ik bel. Sluit de deur, sluit je hart en geef mij de sleutel. In dat gelegen draaierij. Spaar niet aan en begrijp me niet verkeerd. Zie het als je business, je hebt verkeerd geïnvesteerd. Die ik niet pas, je ring en creditcard. Op een vet maar verkeerd paard, je bent niks waard. Ga dan snel, zeg bij afscheid niet ik bel. Sluit je hart en geef mij de sleutel. Ik kan echt zonder jou. Het is voorbij, ook voor mij, dat geliegen draaierij. Echt zonder jou. There. We block that. There is blue in the front, there is blue in the back, which means that you look at this part, because that is warm and that is supposed to be attracting the eye. Isn't that nice? Europapa, Europapa. Europapa, Europapa. Ja. Op de trein naar Berlijn. So we're going to do something with white and black. De nood ga Europapa, Europapa. Europapa, papa, papa, papa. Europapa, papa, papa, papa. Sono in Italië, maar toch doet het pijn. I figure there's a lot of dust here. Europapa, Europapa. Europapa, Europapa. I think that's an not getting carried away by, you know, the music there. Just adding some highlights. Because I covered a lot of highlights, but I want some back, especially here around the edge. To create that effect that it is actually there. There's some there. But I think the bunny itself should not have a lot of white. Right? It has some in the eye and here, and that's more than enough. Maybe I want to have like a little bit of highlight here, just to hit that. But the rest is basically in the dark. Even though it's still a light picture, it's still a light illustration. So we're gonna get rid of all the white here. And we have a couple of blacks here. I think I want more. Let me just see. Not this one. There. I want the 5 in there, the 2. I just want to use everything, I guess. There. Just let me... 8. So at 8 we have a 5, we have a 3, 2, 1, and an 05. So a very slim one. Very fine liner. So the things that I want to do with 8, because there's a lot that will not be lined, is the bunny, because that is the most important one. And this will be with 5, so it will be less important, but it still be apparent. So we're going to think I will just do the bunny. There we go. Oh, there goes my 8 there. I want the 05. First I will finish this one, because that is part of that one. But because it's behind him, I wanted to have a slightly smaller one. There we go. Then we are going to do the carrot. space in here. Laten we nog wat blijven. The 5 is done as well. So we're going to the 3. And we're going to do some slight important what do you call it? Details. So that is very important. Let's put that one there. I think the entire build needs to be in 3. Gewoon hier zitten tot het volgende onweer komt. Dan regen en de kou. En het is gewoon met jou. Wordt alweer blauw, maar laten we nog wat blijven. De kleur, die is alleen gemaakt voor jou. Suzie, maar de dag is niet wat komt. Het volgende onweer komt. Dan de regen en de kou. Maar laten we nog wat blijven. Ik zit hier bij jezelf aan. There, have some more definition on that side and just get this one as well. But we want to be careful with that. There. We do get this part. And there. So that's the 3. So we go on with the 2. And then we are just getting this one. That one is done. There. Do I want? Yes. Got some block there. see. Do I want more? I don't want to do too many lines here because I actually really like how the colors are mixing. I think I do want to have that tree be more redefined there. Just to show that it is a tree root. So, and because I want even slimmer, I go to a 1. There. I think that works. There. Let me see. In a situation like this, you can actually use the parts where, for example, there are cauliflowers at the ground or whatever, because that creates this dynamic where if you put some lines where there is this cauliflower happening, that it appears that it's just like a piece of ground that's unstable. So that works really well. If we're where there's a slight change, you can decide whether or not you want to add a little detail. For example, there. You don't do everything because I think that will be too much. What I think needs to happen is to have some lovely whiskers. And if you want to be just a bit more, then what you can do some hairs, some details of hairs where you think it's applicable. Well, for example, where there are these variations in the color, you can add hairs. Add more details where it's darker. So I would, where it's here in the shade, add more little hairs there. Shouldn't be like too much, but you can, for example, have a bit more here. I don't want to do like straight lines, but some stippling would be nice. There we go. Just add some more here in the back. There. Have some slight accents on there. And I think we're done. I actually really like this. It's really cute. It's sugary cute. Let me get the big one because I still need to put my name on there. It's here. I'm gonna keep it there. There we go. There. And just do a couple of last hairs here. think that works. Just to have a bit of a better idea what I did. Can you see the little hairs? I put that on there. Whoa, that was a change. There we go. But I put that there on purpose to just have that little bit more of a 3D. This is the golden carrot. And actually um, did not do that on purpose, but it looks like it is a shadow, which is really nice. So I really like that. Ooh, that color change. Ooh, that is quite some color change. But I am done with this one. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you liked it as well. I'm going to make it into a speed paint as well. If you think like 2 hours is way too much, you can see this come to life in like 10 minutes if I do my best. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I see you another time, my fellow artisans. Goodbye.